Hello friends, this is Holmes, a first-time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead. So today we finished up section 3 here in the Northwest Pasture. And we're going to take a walk through so you can see what has been accomplished. We took down 5 trees and got them cut up, cleaned up for the most part, but left some pieces of trunk just because, yeah, my back just can't do that. So we'll get to those some other day. But it's looking really good. Unfortunately, we got these big piles now of brush and they kind of obstruct things. But we're going to walk down through it so you can see it here in a minute. And again, attempting to come down the hill without wiping out, and we are successful. Alright, so as a reminder, all of this was weed whipped. It was mostly honeysuckle, but there's all this periwinkle underneath. This cedar tree came down. It was just too close to everything else, just making too much shade. So it was a good size cedar. Got a nice cedar log out of it, and it's just going to stay right where it is for a while. And then you see that other tree. I think that's a maple that I cut down. It's kind of weird looking. I'm not really sure. Not 100% sure it's a maple, but I think so. So that was, the top of it was over there around the base of that oak tree. Got that all cleaned up, but the trunk cut up in pieces and just left. And we'll get to that some other time. And then we got this big pile now. It was a pile of branches. Now it's much higher because of all the cedar stuff. Cut down these 2 trees, or this tree. There's one remaining here, I think. Yeah, if I remember correctly. So many trees we cut down, it's hard to remember what was what. Yeah, this one was cut down, headed over in that direction. Got that all cleaned up. Most of it's there in that pile. You can see those logs there. They're up off the ground so they can dry out nicely. And we need some firewood. Easy access. There's my trusty chainsaw getting a well-deserved rest. Big pile of cedar. Some of these logs were left on purpose. They're kind of sort of on contour just to help slow down the water, because this area is pretty steep here. And then down here we have 2 more maples that were cut down. The one I girdled a couple of years ago, so it was already dead. This one right here, dropped it in that general direction down there. There's some tops of it in that pile. You can see that gray area on that top of that pile. It's from the upper limbs of this thing. But cut the logs up and the trunk up and just left the logs there. Get to those some other time. And then this is the one that I girdled a couple of years ago. So it was officially dead. And then we dropped it right over there, right on top of that pile. And there are a lot of limbs and stuff beyond it. So we got that all chopped up and cleaned up, and some of it's on that far pile over there. Some of it's on this pile. And as you can see, some of it is right where we dropped it. So again, we'll get back to this some other time. Always good to have firewood around. And then you can see my flag. This is the western side. And then the other flag is right on top of that pile there. Probably can't see it very well. And we did do a little bit of clearing down in here. Those are the 2 tree stumps from yesterday that were taken out. Old logs from Valley Project, not Valley Project, yeah, the Valley Project from 2 years ago. And that's looking back up the hill toward the road, toward the north. And you can see this section after we have finished it. Next, we'll be moving on over to section 4. So we appreciate you watching. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But if not, we will see you in the pasture.